Today, the 25th anniversary of the cold storage warehouse fire here. And 6 firefighters from the Worcester Fire Department lost their lives fighting that fire. And they are having a ceremony tonight, the Franklin Street fire station. That is the scene where the fire took place. Also, there is a pop-up exhibit about the event at Union Station. On the phone right now, we have Worcester Fire Lieutenant John Franco. You're still a lieutenant, right, John?
I'm retired, Mike. Remember?
Oh, okay. Oh,
yes,
right.
I retired 2 years ago this December. So
okay.
Retired lieutenant.
Right. That's right. That's why you're the host of the Firefighter Cook-Off every year. They brought in kind of a neutral party, I guess you could say.
Or an old person. I'm not sure which one.
Well, I appreciate you joining us this morning, John. And before we get to talking about the ceremony tonight and the pop-up exhibit at Union Station, So you were there. You weren't there at the beginning of the fire, but you were called in, as I'm sure most of the fire department was, to that scene. But, from what I gather, everybody was listening on their radio. When the chief ordered everyone to evacuate that building, can you remember that moment, maybe what was going through your mind?
Yeah, it was a hard decision that was made by Chief McNamee, but everybody understood. I remember we got called in probably around 9 o'clock, I think, and we talked to a lot of guys that were there. We heard what happened. And, yeah, it's just one of those things. Someone has to make a decision. He made that decision. We would have lost more guys, there's no doubt. It was just a fire that was out of control, and there was no way of, going in there in a safe way. So, yeah, no, it was a tough decision. That's what, chiefs do, and he did a great job. So,
even though this was just a horrible tragedy, it did lead to some improvements for firefighters. I remember at that time, shortly after this happened, there was talk of of getting more of the thermal imaging cameras, so you could see people better in the smoke and in the fire, and that was one of the things, right? That kind of came out of this.
Yeah, that a whole bunch of things came out. Worcester Fire Department started a safety seminar right after that, learning from some of the things that we could have changed or did differently. Firefighting was different back then. We did different things. They weren't wrong or right. We just did different things. The thermal images weren't available back then. Some other things like defibrillators, we never had those in the trucks. We started getting those donated and given, so every truck had one of those for EMS calls. One thing that sticks out in my mind is the radios. We only had one radio per truck back then. Just the officer had a radio. So if you were separated, there was no way of contacting. And after that, every man had a radio. So like anything in life, after a tragedy, people stop, they reflect a little bit and figure things out. We did. And I do think I agree. We did help a lot of other departments. So many departments came to our seminar, and we went through a lot of things. So I think it did help a lot of people. And,
you're talking about you had things donated to the department. And another thing is that I just remember going there a couple of days after the event just to see what was going on. And one thing I noticed were people from the community, not firefighters, coming and donating food and waters and coffee and anything else that you guys may have needed at that time. I'm sure that meant, the president came to the memorial service, and that was a really amazing thing. And
the president and the vice president, which is unheard of, they both came.
Yeah.
Usually they don't go to those events together in case something happens. And they both came.
Yeah, but it was really the people of Worcester and the surrounding communities that really came together. That meant a lot to the department.
I've been saying that for 25 years, Mike, and all of us have. It was one of those things that you'll never forget. The community, and you don't know how your community will embrace something like that. You really don't. And it was amazing. For a year later, if we drove down the street on any call, people would wave to us. That's one thing I'll never forget. And other firefighters, too. We had 40,000 firefighters came to the memorial service that year. A huge number that hasn't been matched probably since '99 now. I mean, since 911, obviously. But yeah, it was just like I said, we never forgot it, and that's why we started doing things back to the community. That's why the Worcester Firefighters Road Race started, really, to give back to the community, trying to thank them. You know, we've got enough from you people. Now it's time for us to give you something back, and that's the memorial service tonight will be part of that. There'll be at least hundreds and hundreds of citizens from Worcester, and it's a weird thing because it's been so long now. There were people that weren't born then that will come to this event. People that were so young don't remember it, but they're still going to come. And it's just, like I said, it's a fitting thing. I'm glad, like I said, a lot of things have changed, for the good. But there was a lot of, like I said, the memories in my mind. Today is not a bigger memory than the 24th anniversary or the 23rd. It's still the same. You think about the event, you think about the guys, but our job is based on that. I've always said that our job is different than most other, even like in civil service kind of jobs. We live together, we sleep together, not together.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna get some. I'll get something for that. But we eat together, we have holidays together. It's just we're a family, and through good times and bad times. So those memories will always be there.
Well, the ceremony is at 6:00 tonight at the Franklin Street station. That is the site of that fire. And like you said, there were people who weren't even born who may be listening, and I encourage them to go to the ceremony and show your support and learn more about this, because I think that's really important, that people do not forget that this happened.
Right. No, I agree. And that Union Station pop-up thing you mentioned is just such a great idea. A bunch of retired firefighters got together on the 20th anniversary and put it there, Union Station, and now it's back again. It'll be there tonight. It's I think they do a break at 5:00. Then I think 6:30 is back open again, so the guys can be involved in the service. And it's open tomorrow, I think, till noon. I think. But yeah, it's something. It's interesting to see. People should stop by and look at it.
And that includes a lot of stuff that I mentioned that people sent from all over the world. Really, there's stuff there that people sent to the site just to show their support. One of the interesting things that I want to see when I go over there is that fire helmet that prisoners in Maine carved out of wood, which is quite a piece of work.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things that's featured there, but it's just stuff from all over the world. So I encourage people to go there.
There was a fence that had to protect the whole area when the building was being torn down, and there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of T-shirts and pieces of memories put on that fence. And we kept like a bunch of sections for so long. I think they still might have one section. I'm not sure. We had no place to store it. But like you said, you'd walk by sometimes and just start reading the T-shirts from different departments over in London, over in New Zealand. They came over for that memorial. And like I said, it was something that will never go out of our mind, and it's appreciated so much.
Well, that's John Franco, Worcester Fire Lieutenant, retired, and culinary expert, too. He hosts. He's one of the hosts for the Worcester Firefighters Cook-Off at Polar Park every year that the folks at Paragus help with. And John, I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much. And we'll be heading over to the ceremony tonight, so hopefully I'll see you there.
I'll be there definitely, Mike, and I'll see you there. And anytime for you. Anytime anything you need help, you let me know.
Appreciate it, John. Same thing here with the Pike, and you guys know that. Anything you guys need, we're here for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That's John Franco,